Mother, man.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem! We have the privilege of doing this interview with guitarist Will Wagstaff and singer Knox Colby of the band Enforced. You guys shred and just released your new album, Kill Grid, on Century Media. We appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with us here at Murder Metal Mayhem. I have my co-host, Chris C.K. Kovacs, also known as the Great Metal Motherfucker, on with me.
We're influenced by New York hardcore, so I think even though Enforced maybe has a little more, thrash hinge to it, we're definitely influenced by like AF, Madball, Murrah.
Cool.
Cro-Mags, obviously. So, I think we're kind of in some respects, kind of a typical crossover band. You know, we really like to get like the thrash metal in the hardcore mixed together and, put it in a blender. And this is what comes out.
I mean, 'cause I know it's kind of weird being in Virginia. I think it's Municipal Waste is also from Virginia too, correct?
Yeah.
And they got the I know they got the hardcore influence on them too, so definitely cool.
Mm-hmm. I definitely hear a variety of sounds when I hear you guys: thrash, death, hardcore, and just straight up heaviness. It seems like you guys just kind of put it all in a blender, and then out came Enforced, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a relatively fair assessment. We definitely pull from a lot of the spectrum of like aggressive music. So it's kind of a nice thing about our band that we can
play around with it.
Yeah, not necessarily have to be like beholden to one heavy genre.
It definitely works in my opinion, because you guys definitely kick ass.
Thank you.
How's it being signed to a bigger label like Century Media? They seem to be pushing you guys in the new album Kill Grid. Do you have a nice relationship with them?
Yeah, I would say we do. We worked really closely with putting out Kill Grid. It was kind of a team effort, and it took a lot of effort on both sides of the band and album or record label relationship, and they've been spot on the entire way and very helpful.
Cool. It seems like they're a straight up label. You got that kind of independent feel with them, but you got the distribution of a major, so it's kind of cool for you guys.
Yeah, and speaking of labels, I mean, how important do you guys feel labels are in metal today with the internet, with social media, and bands being able to do some of that kind of stuff on their own? But what do you guys think?
I think they're more important than I think I was aware of. Just never really ever thinking I was ever going to be on a big record label like Century Media. I didn't think too much about it, but now that we're here, they're super helpful and reach markets and demographics and people that you never would have expected to reach. So the distribution and putting your album in people's faces is a huge help.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you want to do with your band. So like, what are your goals and like where do you want your band to go? And depending on that, the answer to that question, then I think you can kind of determine whether a label is something that you maybe need or even want to try to pursue or anything like
that. Now, obviously, we're going through coronavirus and all this crap. How did the pandemic affect the recording and the release of Kill Grid?
Yeah.
The recording, not so much. We started recording it before there was any lockdown or quarantine or anything. So most of it was recorded, and then vocals took a little bit longer, but nothing crazy. In terms of the release, I think it was originally supposed to come out last like August or something like that.
Oh,
But then
damn.
it got yeah. Once all of our we had a few tours and a few irons in the fire for other tours. Once all those got scrapped, it was kind of like, okay, what's the point?
Right, right. That's cool. Now, who did the artwork for the album? It is definitely dark, and it really fits, I think, the tone. Like CK pointed out, you guys definitely have an underground feel, even though you have a really good quality recording. But who did the art?
Joe Patagno had done the art. He's just he's a metal legend, man. So we got to hit up like some of our favorite artists for this record, and we communicated with him really well, and he seemed interested and was willing to work with the small budget that we had, and so yeah, that's who did the art.
Is that the same guy who did the your first album?
No, Dwid from Integrity did our first.
Oh, Dwid did that? No shit.
Yeah. And then Joe is probably most famous for doing like the Motorhead artwork.
Yeah.
But he's also done a ton of he did the Genocide Pact art. He's done a ton of like more modern bands as well. So I think it's kind of nice that he tries to he just continues to do stuff, even though he's an old punker.
Yeah. That's definitely cool. So moving forward, are there any touring plans, or will you guys do any live streaming events like some other metal bands have been doing lately?
Yeah, we definitely talked about that a lot. I mean, there's not really there's not a set date, when stuff reopens. So there's not really a whole lot of touring that people know is going to happen. So I think from the agency perspective and the guys that are working their asses off to try to book this stuff, it's almost not worth them necessarily book stuff until we know that stuff's going to happen. I know stuff is being booked, but we don't necessarily have anything like set in stone booked. But we do. I hope we're gonna have some kind of live stream stuff. Like we've been doing a lot of video asset stuff. So way more than we had ever done in the past. So I think we really enjoy doing that kind of stuff, and might continue to do that if it looks like touring's gonna hold off for a whole lot longer. Maybe do some more music videos or something like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I think we like to have fun with it and just do our thing.
I mean, I know most of your revenue comes from touring and merchandise, and we on the show we try to push to make sure people are buying the physical CD or buying shirts of your band.
Right. I bought a shirt, CK. I bought a shirt. You bought the physical. You bought the physical.
That one.
Nice. Yeah, I was just like, man, I like CK said, we try to support the bands. I think me and CK have personally kept indie merch alive during the pandemic. So we buy a lot of stuff, and if I can't find it there, I go to the band and try to get it that way. So now, what are some bands that you guys dig that maybe our listeners might not know about? Because I'll tell you what, we have found so many killer bands from talking to bands about the others that they jam with, maybe in their area, have toured with, or whatever.
Yeah. Good question.
I would say check out Destruct. Two of our members are in that band, and
oh, cool.
If you're a fan of Discharge or any D-Beat, that's really good crusty punk.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, I would say Dead Heat. That's a band from LA. Definitely got kind of like a SoCal thrashy vibe, suicidal type almost.
Oh, cool.
And then Foreseen is one of my favorite kind of modern crossover bands. They're from Helsinki. And yeah, I would say check at least those two bands out. Check Destruct out.
And
nice.
But I think
High Command's great. Yeah,
great band from Massachusetts.
Awesome.
Now, who would you say, or who would you guys say influenced you the most at the instrument you play in the band?
who influences me the most in terms of what I do.
Yeah, like as a guitar player
exactly.
and Knox as a singer.
Yeah.
I would say like performing, definitely like, and my delivery, I would definitely say Max Cavalera. He's been like a huge inspiration to me since I was little.
He's an icon.
Yeah. He's the GOAT in my opinion. So I don't want to say I mock him, but I'm trying to emulate him as much as I can.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I love like Hanneman, obviously, is a huge influence.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, I love Glenn Tipton's playing. I think he's like probably one of my favorite.
He's tasty, man.
He's like amazing. Yeah. So, like, obviously, we don't play stuff that's necessarily like that. But
Judas Priest,
right.
The way that
But no, I hear the Slayer.
Yeah.
When I hear you, you saw my review I did. I hear Slayer, Morbid Angel, like that old school death metal harmony stuff. I dig it. Definitely. Max, though, that's cool that you said that, Knox. I was trying to think of who you sounded like, and it's good that I couldn't think of anybody. So I definitely think you have your own sound, and that's important, obviously.
I've heard a lot of really weird ones, like I was like
Celine Dion.
Yeah, well, I mean that would be
Air Supply.
Martin from Pestilence and Asphyx. That's the one that I always hear.
Huh. Interesting.
I could see that. I could hear that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, did you guys want to add anything? Let us know anything we didn't ask you that you want to put out to our listeners so they can find out where you're at. I know you're on Facebook and the social media spots.
Yeah, I would say definitely just follow us on those. That's where we're like, if we do any live stream stuff or throw any updates, that's where it's going to be at. So it's just at Enforced RVA.
But
other than that,
you have to grab the album, listen on digitally on Spotify or whatever. Hit us up on Enforced RVA on Bandcamp, and if you like what you see, we got all the merch up there as well. So
yeah, and I'll link to that in the episode description. So anybody listening, scroll down, and I'll link to their merch page and their social media spots, so you guys can like them, follow them, and do all that good shit. So
awesome.
Go ahead and close it out, CK.
Thank you guys so much for talking with us. Here at Metal Mayhem, wish you the best of luck with your new album. It's fucking amazing. Keep in touch with us. We're going to play the song Hemorrhage so our listeners can hear how brutal you guys are, because you guys are definitely fucking brutal.
Hell yeah. Well, I keep changing which song I want to listen to the most, and today it's Hemorrhage.
There's not one fucking bad song on the album, so you
Blood
can't
Ribbon
go wrong.
is a close second. Yeah, it's badass, guys. So thanks for doing this, and good luck with everything.
Thanks, y'all. Respect. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, later. Peace.
Man.